This is my review of the Nintendo Switch OLED. I've been able to play with it for about 6 months now, and I'm gonna be honest, it has some improvements to the original Switch, but I won't say it's better in every single way. I'll explain further. The speakers are one of the big area of improvements Nintendo pushed with the Switch OLED, and I think they did a pretty decent job at them. You can hear basically the whole range of them, and while there is a little extra bass and a little extra top end, that's fairly standard for games consoles and consumer headphones. However, the original Switch model had a lot more 3D-ness to the sound, but the Nintendo Switch OLED doesn't do that. It uses a more locked down kind of speaker where the sound only comes out the front, and while I do prefer the Switch OLED, I do kind of somewhat miss the more 3D sounding feel of the original Switch model.
One eternity later.
The new screen on the Switch OLED is amazing. It allows me to play in way more places and enjoy myself way more. I was easily able to challenge my friends to some Mario Kart in the park, and challenge random people to Smash Bros in bright glaring summer sunlight. The new kickstand is also amazing. It has an infinite adjustability from being flat against the Switch to basically it being like that, which is really cool. And compared to the original Switch's kickstand that just did this all the time, yeah, that sucked. And there's no such problems with that with the Switch OLED's kickstand. It reminds me a lot of some of the fancy laptops out on the market, and it's come in handy trying to get people to play Mario Tennis or golf with me on the Switch. The new kickstand does cause kind of a cosmetic problem for me. It's something that's probably a non-issue to you, but for me it kind of gets on my nerves. With the new kickstand design, they've had to move the Switch logo up and shrink it, so it's no longer centered at all, and it's way less prominent on the Switch design. However, there's none of that weird Nintendo jank that people have experienced on like every other model of Switch, with the Switch original model's kickstand breaking off, fans cracking and stuff like that. None of that's present on the Switch OLED, at least not yet. That is at least until you come to the Nintendo Switch OLED dock. The Nintendo Switch OLED feels unfocused. It has a lot of general improvements such as the 64 gigs of storage, the strong USB Type-C port, and the improved IR camera on the Joy-Con, despite no one using it. But overall, I feel its unfocused nature leads to a confusing and strange system. Though I do really like it, overall I rate my OLED an 8 out of 10, and that beautiful screen is just such a selling point. If you're coming from a Switch Lite, it's worth the upgrade, but if you're coming from a base model Switch, probably not. Honestly, I love my Switch OLED, and if you get one, you will not be disappointed. These things are awesome. And if you like Nintendo, it's a great pick, just like this channel is. Get subscribed. If you've got this far, you obviously like the video. So give it a like, share it with a friend who's getting a Switch OLED, or has a Switch and thinking of upgrade, or just likes Nintendo. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.